Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They hella deep, 20 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I'm your host, Jamal. With me, as always, is my co-host, Reeves. Say what's up.
What's up, everybody? And my co-host.
Oh, yep. God. Go ahead. Sorry. That's my bad.
What is happening?
I'm so sorry.
Should we restart?
I'm so sorry. I fucked that up. You go, and then I'll go.
And with him, his co-host is also here.
Say hello to the peeps. Bye-bye.
Howdy.
Okay, now we got to redo it.
Because of the howdy?
Yeah, that was off. That was off. Everything else
I thought
perfect.
it was good.
Happy New Year's.
Whimsical.
Happy New Year's, everyone. It's the new year. It's 2024. We've started a new season of the world, and every year is actually a TV season, and I'd love to hear, how did your guys' 2023 TV season go? I know there's a writer strike, so that leaves some room for like stuff not going the way you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of not getting the shows you wanted,
I think mine was difficult because of the writer's strike.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, because I hired a robot to write the rest of my year.
Yep.
And, the robot achieved sentience and tried to take over my whole show.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the building where the robot lives and unplug him, and that got really messy. So I'm hoping for less violence towards technology in 2024.
2024. That's good. That's good. My year also was kind of messy because I know the writer strike was happening, and that also affected me. But I took the tact of like, look, I've got these TV shows and these ideas that gotta get made one way or the other. So I didn't feel like putting them on the shelf because like I'm just gonna come up with new ideas in the future. So even without the writers, I kind of I wouldn't say my best work out there, but I put something out for the streaming services, and I think some people took notice. Yeah, I don't know if any of them are going to be greenlit for season 2, but they had a season 1, and sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah.
Get you going.
Well, I think it's going to be really hard for your show to have another season because it ended with the world exploding, right? It just like the last shot was Earth just.
Yeah, and then that was almost like, to me, that was like, what's a good cliffhanger that will still leave avenues for me to push this series somewhere else? And I thought, well, if I explode the world, I have to go somewhere else with this.
You just start a new world the next season. Is what you were thinking.
Unless, and this is where, day one, the writers strikes over, the writers come back and they go, okay, we can just undo that by saying that it was a time travel thing. And I'm like, lazy writing already. We're already back to lazy writing.
Yeah, they were just like, well, someone could just get the stones back.
Yeah.
And then just undo everything. And then it's like, what's why did all this happen? Why do I care? Oh my God, half the population died. Oh my God, they're back. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I didn't like that a lot of the writers showed up to the writers' meeting with coffee mugs that said Thanos was right. But it said Thanos was WRITE.
Yeah, that's smart. It's a pretty good movement, I thought. Mine was going fine, and then we paused for the break,
Yeah.
And then I felt the break got too long.
Yeah.
So I went ahead, and I'm sure you guys saw this. I put a statement out on Instagram saying I was bringing the show back.
I saw that.
And that I was owning the decision to do this. I was going to just do it, and I understand. And I stand with the strikers. I do. But I got to bring the show back. You know, I just can't pause the show anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's more harmful than bringing the show back, is what I said. I made this nice statement that said I'm bringing the show back. And you know, people didn't like that.
Well, you have staff to support. You have staff to support.
Well, I mean, how am I going to pay my gardeners if I'm not doing my show?
Yeah.
My chef, my personal chef, who you'll know last night didn't cook anything, didn't come back after all the ordeal.
Let's not talk about it.
And of course, I was going to host the MTV Awards, lost that. And so after all that, I said, fine, I won't bring it back. And then it seemed like no one cared anymore. And they said, well, you know, just don't bring it back ever.
That's when it got really upsetting for me, is when that point you said, okay, I'm not going to do it. And you got like no responses on it. Like no one gave a shit at that point.
Yeah. It seemed like people were like done with me. They, I guess, didn't get what I was doing by bringing it back, even though the strike was happening, which I thought was a good decision that I was owning. And I owned it.
You did own it.
And then I owned not bringing it back. And no one cared.
No one cared.
And I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, I was E.T. as a child. And no one cared about that. And I talked about my struggles with addiction as a child. And I had never been kissed. And no one seemed to care.
I mean, we don't talk about it a lot on the show, right? That you were E.T.
Yes. Yeah.
You played E.T. I mean,
someone had to play
let's talk about it. You played E.T.
Okay, okay, behind the candelabra. He wasn't a real alien. It was me in a rubber suit. Was it hot? Yes. Was I underage? Of course I was. Did I know what I was doing? I did not.
And there's those weird loopholes in child labor laws where if you are in a suit the entire time, you work a full like a double adult day.
16 hours in that suit.
Well, they really tricked me. Is they said you're not working because you're not getting paid. And so that was the biggest loophole I had ever seen.
That is true. If you're not getting paid, is it work? And then it's just passion project, right?
I guess so, but I was like a little kid. I didn't know what I was doing. I was told to get in the suit and just to be friends with this other little guy.
Yeah. I know we're pulling the curtain back here, but now people understand why kind of the midsection of E.T. has kind of a bulge. That was Brian's head. And like the top of E.T. is that thin neck. That's actually nothing up there.
No,
it's just the top of the suit. Yeah, that's just the top of the suit. And so Brian actually, his top of his head just went to the bottom of the neck.
Yeah. And then this, of course, E.T. is very sick. He turns very white.
Yeah.
That was real. And we just used that in the movie.
Yeah,
I had gotten heat stroke from being in the costume for too long, not getting paid, not getting water, not getting regular diaper changes. Yeah. And they're like, and like Spielberg's like, keep it in. Let's keep going.
Yeah, use it. He kept saying, use it. And you were like, can I just change the diaper at least?
Yeah.
It stinks in here.
Taught yourself how to change your own diaper at that point.
In the suit, in the dark. I can do so many things in the dark now because I had to. Yeah. You both merely adopted the darkness. Yeah. I was E.T. in the darkness. I was born into E.T.
Yeah. And I mean, that's, everyone can look it up online, the audition video that Brian did.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You should check that out.
Yeah. He starts crying because he says, I can't breathe in this suit. I'm too hot. And then Spielberg, of course, says,
use it.
You got the part.
Brilliant.
Brilliant stuff.
The part. Don't ever you can hear him whispering, saying, don't ever let this fucking kid out of this suit.
Of course, the escape was one thing. When I thought it over, that's another day, another story. But people tell you, it's a tricky line whether or not you want to improv in an audition or not. Because the lines, as I saw them, were just like B.E.T. the alien. Don't say much. Maybe say home, say Reese's Pieces. But I started crying. And I was like, I want to go home, which they used later. They actually, that wasn't in the script. I said, I want to go home. They're like, okay, use that. Became more E.T. phone home. They could do so much after after the whole thing with like audio and it's crazy what they can do with special effects. Because I was going, I want to go home. It became E.T. Phone Home. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And Spielberg was like, if we let this kid go home, we let him out of the suit first, and we let him go home. It's like we're not going to get this kind of performance again.
No.
So keep him in the suit. Don't let him go home. Don't let him talk to anyone other than the people in the movie, and then we'll get a classic movie that's finally available on streaming.
Didn't even put me in the Fablemans either. I called him and I was like, hey, can I be? It's about you, and I'm a big part of your life. Can I be in the Fablemans? And he, of course, said, "No way, Jose." Spielberg's famous line, "No way, Jose."
Yeah, he starts dancing.
Yeah.
A little offensive. He threw a big, huge hat down, danced around it, "No way, Jose." You can picture it. I won't do the song. You know the song in your head that I'm talking about.
What is the song?
You think about it. Dance around a big hat. Said, "No way, Jose."
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's snapping his fingers up by his head. Like this. It's in your head right now.
I don't think I'm thinking of the right song.
Okay. Are you thinking of on three? What? Go ahead.
We are Japanese, no. We are Japanese, like them song.
That's the song.
Is that not the song?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking of the right song then. All right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
All right.
What are we talking about?
They didn't like your post.
Yeah, it's New Year's, man.
Yeah,
that's what
they
we're
didn't
talking
like
about.
it. Yeah.
It's New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's, same stuff.
Anyone got any New Year's resolutions?
Good question.
It's a new year. What do you resolve to change, increase, do better, maybe do worse, remove, add?
I do think it's smart that you included the do worse. Not a lot of people consider that.
Yeah, as
in
a
resolutions, is you can decide to do worse at something.
I have decided to do worse in one specific aspect.
And that is? You can share. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's safe.
This is a safe place.
It's safe, yeah. Us and the 100 people that download this, maybe. They'll get better when the new seasons come out. I
want to be a worse driver next year. Well, this year.
That's brave.
I want to be a worse driver. And by that, you know why they say share the road? I want to drive like the road was made just for me.
Oh, so like everyone else.
I'm tired of being the person who's waited in a long line for an exit, and then someone sidles up to them right as they skip the entire line. I've been in this line for 40 minutes, and I get finally to the turnoff, and someone comes in with their blinker and their hand wave like, I gotta get in here, and I'm the guy who's sharing the road and lets them in. I want to be the people I see who are just like inching bumper to bumper, not letting you in, flicking off other people, honking right back, rolling down their windows saying, hey, fuck out of here, man.
Pulling a gun.
Pulling out a gun.
Waving it. Just waving it.
Just kind of showing it to them. Just kind of
shooting it through my windshield.
Yeah, busting out your windshield.
Yeah. I want to be that person this year.
You kick through your own windshield.
I kick through my own windshield. I get out, start beating the windshield of my car with a bat that I have in my car, and look at them and say, this could be your car if you keep this up. And then I run back into my car and I inch up again so they can't get in.
What movie is it where the guy tries to kick out the windshield and his foot gets stuck in it? You know what I'm talking about? It's a very funny scene.
I do.
Might be Pineapple Express.
Might be Pineapple Express, yeah.
I'm the person who doesn't let the person in, and I stay bumper to bumper with the car in front of me, and my wife's like, let them in. Stop, let them in. And I'm going,
that's who I want to be. That's who I want to be.
Here's my question. Do you make eye contact with that person that's trying to go in, or do you just like stay? You do?
It depends. It depends what the car looks like.
Does this car look like it houses a dangerous person?
Could this person intimidate me? Is it an old lady? I'm staring her ass down. I'm letting her know. Get in the back. All these cucks, slow down, let them in.
Yeah, that's who I don't want to be anymore.
That's smart. I think that's smart.
Traffic.
Stop letting people in. What are your guys' resolutions?
Well, let's do one get worse, one get better each.
Okay. My get better is I want to get better at time management, folks. Man, this thing called time is so elusive, because it's like it feels different in every scenario. It's like, oh man, I just feel like I did that yesterday, but it was like weeks ago. And then it's like, oh man, time's going so slow waiting here in this doctor's office. So it's like, I want to manage time better.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get a better feel for time. Time's supposed to be your ally.
Oh yeah, time is
Yeah.
the
I
most
never-
valuable thing you have.
Yeah. I want to get a better friendship with time and manage our friendship better this year.
Mm.
Have you tried talking to time and just seeing like
Now's not the
what's
time to
going
be
on in
funny.
the relationship?
Now's not the time to be funny.
Yeah,
I
Brian,
just
come on.
poured out my
I'm sorry, I'm
heart
sorry.
to
I'm
say
sorry.
that I wanted to
I'm
have
sorry.
a better
I
relationship.
thought we
with
would do
time.
like a time is like a thing that you could talk
Now's
to
not
and
the
like
time. This is what I'm talking about.
We're being
This is what I'm
serious
talking
here.
about. Time
Okay.
management.
All right. Okay.
You guys are up.
Well, I'll go.
Mm.
I want to get worse at spending money. Because right now I'm really good at it. I'm so.
What's your
good at
most recent
spending money.
purchase that you're happy about?
Well, I got this is a gift card. Gift cards don't count.
Yeah. Well, you
gotta-
didn't pay for it. That's free money.
Yes.
Gift cards.
And as Jamal pointed out, so here's what I bought. I bought a gaming monitor, a very an inexpensive one as far as they go, and a Xbox controller. Now you're asking yourself, Brian, do you have both of those things already? And the answer is yes. And Jamal pointed out, did you just buy a monitor? And the answer is sort of yes. And here's what happened. They're both bad. The monitor is bad, and the controller is bad. I can return them.
Ask them. Hold on, before you keep going. Ask. Did you consult the person who you should have consulted before making any of these purchases?
No,
Me.
you're slow at responding to text these days.
You should have called me. I would have known it was an emergency.
He picks it up like that.
Call you.
If you call, not a FaceTime.
Not
if
a
you
FaceTime.
call,
if you
Jamal,
call, I'm like,
within
oh my
first
god,
ring.
he needs me. I answer.
What do you need?
immediately.
I've never I don't call anybody.
Well, you should have called me, or texted me 911. I would be like, oh, what's going on?
If you text Jamal and just write 911, like within seconds of that text going through, your phone starts buzzing.
Yeah.
Jamal, what do you need?
Hey, what's up? What do you need?
What do you need? I'll consider that next time. No, I'm so good at spending money. Therapist would say too good. She might say it's a problem. My bank account would agree.
Yeah, that you're too good at it.
I'm too good. I can buy fucking anything. And I don't even need a reason to do it. It's almost
so easy.
unconscious. I can just do it. I just go into beast mode. Swipe debit card everywhere. Goosh, 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 goosh. Racking up. Ain't nobody spending money like me. I'm untouchable. I'm the pinnacle of spending money. And you know what else I do? I spend money I don't have. That's how good I am.
You're spending.
I don't even
other
have
people's
money now. I'm spending it.
Wow. Okay. So you want to become worse at that?
I'd like to be worse at spending money. Yes.
Okay. That's good. That's a good. What do you want to become better at?
What I would like to become better at, and I put a lot of thought into this, because you only get one. And I decided that I want to be better at holding my breath underwater.
Yes, because I mean, I've seen you in a pool of water before, and it's
So have I.
you
It's
know
kind of scary.
kind of terrifying for everyone
Yeah.
because you go into such a shock
Yeah.
that it becomes not just violent and dangerous for you, but everyone around you.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I do kicks and punches, and I'm grabbing other. So I learned recently the crabs in a bucket mentality, the crabs in a bucket analogy. I looked this up recently because we've all heard it.
Have you heard
Where
of
does
this?
it come from? Where does it come from? You heard about this? Crabs in a bucket? You heard about this? Crabs. What they do, you put them in a bucket, right? And if one crab goes, fuck this, I'm out of here.
They
The other
grab
crabs
it,
go,
right?
no, you aren't. And they pull them back in. Now,
Yeah.
people, in crabs, it's because they believe they're stronger as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
In humans, it's because if I don't get it, you don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Where do you often see this for phrase used? Which community?
Which community?
Yeah.
Well, which communities do I commune with?
You tell me. Especially while you're swimming.
Can I take a guess?
Sure.
People on the shore is what I would say.
Okay.
Because near
Okay.
crabs.
Beach townies.
A lot of
Mhm.
crabs there. They would say crabs in a bucket, but usually it's a good thing there. Crabs in a
Marylanders.
bucket.
Mhm.
Not crabs
All
in a
your
bucket.
Maryland friends you have this mentality with.
Yeah. Bring them all down with. Well, they try to bring me down. I'm the crab that got out, and they
Mhm.
pull me back in. They say, "What are you doing? Why'd you leave?"
Mhm.
Job opportunities. Life, better myself.
This happens every
Get
time you
back
go
in
back
here.
home to Acetate, right?
Yep, I live on Acidig. Me and the ponies hanging out. I live on Shinkatig. I lived. But yeah, they pull me back in. Al Pacino said it best. Just when they come out, they pull me back in. That's crab mentality. That's crabs in the
You
bucket right
delivered
there.
that perfectly.
Well, and when he does it too, he has little pinchers.
Yeah, in the movie he does have the pincher hands.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's yet if you're not looking for it, you won't see it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, so when I try to hold my breath underwater, can't do it. Everyone's down with me. Big kick, big splash. People in their little chaise lounges are getting wet.
Can I say something?
Washing off
Mhm.
their sunscreen, burning. Yeah.
Every time I've ever been into water with you,
Yes.
you're like, okay, I'm gonna hold my breath, and I'm like, okay, and then you get down there and you scream underwater,
Yes.
I am Aquaman,
Mhm.
and I keep telling you, stop screaming underwater. You'd have more oxygen, and you're like, well, how does everything under the ocean know who I am then? And I'm like, Brian, they don't need to know. They'll sense it.
Yeah, that's what you say standing over him after
Yeah.
you've pulled him out of the water and
Yeah.
resuscitated him. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, stop doing that.
It doesn't, admittedly, it doesn't sink because I am fresh off of being unconscious. Lungs full of water, turned over,
Yeah.
cough it all up,
Yeah.
and you say, stop yelling, I'm Aquaman underwater. And I'm just
Yeah.
going, where am I? Who am I?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie yelled at me last time because she said, why didn't you give him CPR? And I said, I refuse to give mouth-to-mouth to Aquaman.
I even had a, little mistletoe.
Yes.
Yeah,
Didn't
you had
work.
mistletoe when you were in the water. I was like, nah.
Didn't work. You're not supposed to wake a person who's sleepwalking. You're not supposed to tell me I'm not Aquaman when I'm surviving a drowning. These are things that we know.
Yeah. Common threads. All right, Reeves. Didn't think this would take this long. Keep going.
Well, you guys kept giving me stuff to talk about. You shut me down with the time thing, and so I had to go on the other things.
I want to be worse at being a good artist
Okay.
because it is quite a burden
yeah.
to care about my art as much as I do, to develop, just an array of artistic endeavors that anyone can see and enjoy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's become such a weight on my shoulders to care so much about art, the creation of it, and, what I'm doing.
Mhm.
That it's like, if I was worse at it, then I think it would be less of a burden to me.
To summarize, you want to be more like your co-host?
Mm.
Being me? So what you're okay. So, and when you say art, you mean just every art endeavor that you do.
Yeah,
in
the
general.
paintings, the music,
Yeah.
the acting, the directing, the writing, all of it.
You want to be better at being good at it.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No.
I want to
be
be
worse
at
at being good at it.
because I'm too good
He's
at
too
it.
good. That's
Okay.
why I said he wants to be
Mhm.
you.
Because I'm bad at it.
You are too good. What Jamal? Let's pull back.
Pull back.
I want to be worse at being good at it.
You're
Jamal
too
is saying
good at being bad at it.
you need to be better at being better at it.
Okay.
And I'm saying that as the host of the podcast.
And is this and it just if this is
not
if
as your
this-
friend.
Look,
Mm.
I can take it if it's true. Is this because of the self-portraits I sent you guys for Christmas?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't like them?
Well, you did. You said I'm sending you some self portraits. I
Uh-huh.
assumed I'm getting one of you,
Yeah.
but
Uh-huh.
you did. You
You
did
did
what
of
you
us.
thought I would do a self portrait of myself,
Yeah.
and it was very insulting.
Mine look like ET.
I was having a bit of a PTSD moment at that for some reason.
Mine looked a lot like
tough.
ET too.
Well,
ET after he kind of got out of the water, really shriveled. Yeah.
Well, I told you I would take some liberties.
Mm-hmm.
Not artistic liberties, just liberties.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry that you didn't like them.
Yeah, I think this is where I struggle because, like, as a great artist, I wanted to take what you gave me and just massage it into something beautiful. It's like I don't have the time for this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much of a burden.
I get that.
And I think I want to get better at having big dick energy. You know what
That
I
one
mean?
is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
I think that
So
would help.
let's move on to a segment we call Chefs
Oh,
Are
okay,
Prepared for
we're not
You.
gonna-
This is a segment. This is a segment we do every week where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night, and present it as if we are presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. At the end, there will be a vote, and a winner will be declared. And I will go first. Chefs, I prepared for you.
Big sigh.
Ground lamb, curry rice, garlic and black pepper, green beans.
Ground lamb.
Lamb.
Talk to me. Talk to your boy.
Sound
Ground
like
lamb.
Eric
Yeah.
Repair talking about ground duck. Episode later. I've never even seen ground lamb before.
It was in Whole Foods.
And you
Next to
would
the
now
ground bison.
listen. I've had ground bison. That's good. That's a good source of protein.
I like
Um,
ground
No
bison.
fat though.
That's true.
I don't want it to have fat. That's why I get it.
That's what feeds your brain. If you'd watch the show,
Other things give me fat, like healthy fats.
if you'd watch the show where they're outside in the woods trying to not die for 100 days, you'd know they need fat.
Yeah, but they also don't have
Mhm.
olive oil or butter. So
Well, they would if they chose that one. There's 7 things they can bring with them, but instead they chose a hatchet.
butter would not survive.
It's very cold. It would do very well.
I didn't bring
Prefer-
flint. I didn't bring a hatchet, but I brought olive oil and some truffle oil.
Because I can't live without truffle oil. I put it on everything.
I put that
yeah.
shit on everything. That old lady.
So yeah, that's what I had. I'm back on my bullshit. Eating
Ground
like a Gerber
lamb.
baby. Eating like a Gerber baby.
Ground lamb seems like a inappropriate way to deal with that protein. Does that make
Why?
sense?
Why?
Because it's
you
one of
want
those
it
like
fancy on the bone.
yeah,
things?
yeah. It's one of those like fancier things.
I'm not bothered. So I'm always only making ground lamb because I'm making it for myself. If I was like cooking for someone else, I would not send them ground lamb unless it was for like an actual dish called for it. But because I'm only cooking it for myself, I was like, I never have lamb, so I'm gonna have it. I saw it. I was shocked to see it in the store, and I was like, really? And so, it tastes delicious.
Can I ask a very personal question?
Sure.
Is it expensive?
I don't remember.
Whoa!
not even
I feel like-
Got
prices.
that big dick energy.
Yeah, Reeves, you'll get here one day. I don't remember if it was expensive or not, but I feel like I would have registered if it was something that I was like, geez Louise. Probably wouldn't have bought 2, so I don't think it was that expensive.
Okay.
Okay.
Was that? And you just like put it in a pot in a pan, a little oil, and cooked it.
I put it in one of my fancy cooking all clad frying pans, and I put olive oil, some of my butter infused olive oil, and a little thing of butter in there, and I put it on high heat. Ooh, charred that thing, and then let it finish cooking through.
No
Scrambled
spices.
it up. Put some taco seasoning on it. That's it.
Okay.
And then yeah.
I guess I've had a lamb burger, which I guess would be ground lamb made into a patty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it
That was-
tastes great. I mean,
Yeah.
it probably didn't even need any seasoning, but like with the seasoning, I mean, and the curry rice, and then the garlic and black pepper green beans I got over here. Man, it's been a great couple days of meals, and I know Brian can't do the same meal twice in a row. He cannot do repeats, but I'm a meal prep boy who will eat the same thing for 4 days if he has to.
I wish I was. Can't do it. I'm not built that way.
It's built different.
I'm different.
Chefs, I prepared for you some chicken legs seasoned with pesto and red pepper. And then a bag of broccoli that got real mushy.
That'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I went too long in the microwave. Came out real mushy. So yeah, this is one of those Whole Foods where it's like you can go in the I've talked about this before. You go in the section and they have things that are like pre-made, pre-seasoned. Yeah, one of those. That's pretty good.
I buy the frozen broccoli and I put it in, and I'll do a little like steam sort of, but it always is mushy that way too. So I don't know how to unmush it.
I know how to mush it.
You know how to?
Yeah, doggy. You want to know?
Sure.
You gotta saute that bad boy.
Yeah.
Get that water out of there.
Yeah.
Get that water out of there.
Is that
you gotta
chicken
saute it on
chicken
high
legs or
heat.
thighs?
High heat.
High heat, absorb the water. Chicken
That water
legs. I look for chicken thighs because I'm more of a fan of thighs. I feel like
I'm not a leg guy.
Yeah,
I like
legs
thighs
not enough.
myself, if I'm being honest. They're juicier.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
More fat
Juicier.
content for your brain, right, Brian?
That's what they say on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like chicken thighs way better than chicken breasts.
I've gotten really into breast tenders lately. It's because sometimes when you buy the full breast, they're like abnormally big and scary, and they seem like there's something wrong with them.
Mm-hmm.
The little tendies, not so bad.
I don't buy those. I buy the small ones that are actual natural size.
All natural. Yeah, just kind of hammer them down when you get those big ones, so it's flat, but then it rolls out to the size of like pizza dough.
Yeah.
What's
You put it
happening
on a
here?
sheet pan to make chicken pizza.
Don't give Taco Bell any ideas. They'll do that shit.
They will.
Especially with fucking Pete Davidson at the helm.
Chicken rolled gordita.
He already did that taco thing. Ugh. Chefs, last night I procured for you.
I knew it.
Hey, man, it was watching a pay-per-view, wrestling, ordered a pizza. You know how we do.
From the pizza place you took me to?
No, this was just it's a little truck that we go to. Honestly, it's not that good. My wife likes it. The crust is very big.
Is it DC Slices, but it's in New Jersey?
No, I wish. I wish. Oh, you don't mean like a jumbo slice. No, it's very average pizza. But we keep ordering it. And I don't know why. Probably that thing with you is being good at spending money. But yeah, that's what we had. And get a little chips with it too. Really just,
put some chips on top of the pizza.
Maybe
Give it a little
next
crunch.
to it. Next to it, but if one falls on the pizza, what are you gonna do? It fell on you gotta eat it.
So I'm gonna stop it from going in my mouth? No. I'm gonna eat it this way.
Full throttle. Pedal to the metal.
You guys wouldn't believe it, but I bought a pizza on New Year's Eve.
On New Year's Eve?
Yep.
What kind of pizza did you buy?
Freaking pepperoni pizza from Pizza Bowlies.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, dog.
That's how you party. That's how you ring in the new year.
It really is.
Pizza.
Shit got wild in here with the extra cheese and pepperoni, man.
Damn, dog. That's so many toppings.
I went up there and I took the pizza box from the guy. And he was like, "Yo, man, this box is bumping."
He said he looked in your in your place. He's like, "There's nothing going on in here. That's good because this is all you need."
Yeah. I said, "Yo, you're delivering the party, homie." And then we dapped, and then I closed the door.
I thought he was gonna ask to hang out. He's like, "Mind if I stay? If I have a piece with you for a minute?"
No. Never that.
You just gave
kind
some
of elbowing him.
Yeah.
out of your...
Never.
No.
He's a DoorDash
Get out of
delivery.
here.
Yeah. But he stung out. He sat outside your house for a little bit, though, right? He was like in his car.
Yeah, because he wanted to hear the music.
Yeah,
as soon as I opened the box, it was like, and the party started happening.
Yeah. Crazy. And then New Year's happened.
Yeah, then New Year's happened after that. And I was like watching the ball drop, and then like all my friends jumped out of the SPAM guy was here as well because I got that as a topping on the pizza.
The guy.
I can't say that it's he who
The
must not be named.
SPAM guy.
It's he who shall not be named.
Right.
Yeah, let's not dwell on it because it could get bad.
He comes around and it's like the end all over again.
Yeah.
Almost like a
And I
finale
don't
part
want that.
2.
I don't want that. You don't want that. I don't want that. We don't want that. All right. So
Let's
is that
vote.
it, Brian?
I did a transition. You missed it.
What did you say?
I said if he comes, it'll be like the end all over again, almost like a finale part 2.
So I did hear that, and I I wanted you to say it again because this is my point of why you're not hosting the show. We haven't even done the voting yet, and you do
Gotta
such a
vote.
good transition like that. But we haven't even done the voting yet.
Are we
So-
doing voting in 2024?
Let's not do voting in 2024 in hopes that means we don't actually have a presidential election and I don't have to deal with that emotional stress.
Oh, okay. Let's not vote. We're not voting all of this year then.
Yeah.
Everyone. Just so
And
you
we're
know. I'm not
encouraging
voting.
everyone else not to vote this year too.
We gave you we gave you our personal resolutions, but as a collective group, we're also abstaining from voting for the entire year.
Yes.
On anything. So I will not be
Mhm.
voting on anything this entire
It's the
year.
safest way to have a democracy is to abstain
Yes.
from voting.
Until they give you a good candidate to vote.
Mm.
Yeah,
Right.
and then impregnate the fuck out of that candidate.
And all right, that's finale part 2.
Pawn Shop.
And we're back. Pod Chef season 7, DC episode 14, the finale part 2. Reeves, is this where you'd like to take over and just walk us through this finale part 2?
I can, but I would like a little help from my friends as well.
Hey, you can absolutely get help from your friends. I mean, we're
Lean
here
on
to
me
help you.
when
know.
you're not strong.
Me. So, this is the finale, the real deal here. It's Ed, it's Angelo, it's Kevin. They're in the final. It's the three of them. They go back to the stew room. They just want a second to relax. Padma kicks open the door, says, "Get your asses out of those seats and in front of the judges' table. I got stuff I gotta tell you."
We're not done. And Kevin, of course, Ed, who just won previously, goes, even me?
Yeah. Jeannie, Sleepy Joe Biden Ed said,
Even me?
"Can I want to sleep on the ground here if I can." Padma says, "Get in front of me." So they all go back to judges' table. And they announce what the final challenge is. Big surprise. It's a 4-course meal, the best food you've ever made. Okay, cool.
Shocking.
Yeah, it sounds like all the other seasons. All right. It's a veg, a fish, a meat, and a dessert. They have to do dessert.
Mm-hmm.
You can't not do it. You got to do it.
Gail. Got to do it.
You got to do it. We'll be watching you. And then Eric and Tom will be choosing their proteins. Tom says, "I'm getting in there. I will have my opinion on what goes into your proteins. You can't just select things on your own."
Is this your
So
small
that's-
talk of the week,
Oh, do you have them?
Jamal?
That is small talk of the week. You want to
Let's
play
hear
that
it.
clip?
Yes. Yeah, that's what I thought it would be.
Course. Third course is a meat course. Eric Repair and I are waking up very early in the morning. We're going to go shopping in the market. We're going to choose your proteins for you. And I hear monkeys in season.
So there's a couple of things to unpack there.
Yep.
Yeah, this
But-
is deeper than you think it is.
Let's start with the first part. He says, "We will be getting up very early. So don't try and get in front of us and go out before us and buy some proteins and come back to the kitchen and say, 'I already got them,' because we
Yeah.
will be there very early."
And we know Tom's early is like 3 a.m. He does 3 a.m. wake up calls.
It's
yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Early for him is late for other folks. I go to bed late, 3 a.m. He'll wake up early, it's 3 a.m. Same thing.
Mm-hmm. So don't even try it, chefs. I will be getting up early and I will get your protein, so don't even think about it. And then he kind of subtly hints at the return of one of our favorite winners ever by saying, he goes, "And by the way, I heard monkeys in season." Big fucking wink to the camera.
Can
Yeah.
So I talked to Tom about this
Okay.
because this seemed like a big deal. Like he says, monkeys on the menu, monkeys in season. And I reached out and I was like, "Hey, as you know, we're rewatching season 7, DC season. You're in Singapore. You make a joke about monkey being in season. 1, was it actually monkey season? 2, why'd you make that joke?" And he got back to me after a very long time. Like it took days almost. And it said, "Hey, sorry, just now seeing this," which is not true because it said it had been read as soon as I sent it.
Such a liar. Such a fucking
You
liar.
call him out on it. He just goes, "No,
No.
I didn't."
And you say, like, it says you read it, like, minutes after I sent it. He said,
Yeah.
"That's fucking not true."
Yeah, and I screenshot it, sent a picture of that, and he was just like, "I don't see anything. What is this? It's just a red X for me."
Not me.
Not me. He said, "Was it monkey season?" He said, "IDK." No. 2, he said, "What happened was," and here's what happened, and he'll break it all down. Is long. Got text a little long. He said that Hung, as we know, is in this episode. Hung shows up to Singapore. Of course, he brings his monkey. He cannot travel without the monkey. Things happen when he leaves him at home. Things go bad. Earlier that day, the monkey did get into Tom's bag. He did wear all of his clothing at once. And he came into the room wearing all of Tom's clothes at once. And Tom said,
He was going commando too.
He 100%. He had the underwear on his head like a little hat, not covering his monkey genitals. And Tom said, "Hey, take that off." And he'd take off one piece of clothing. Tom said, "I said take it off." Take off another piece of clothing. This went on for a long time.
Yeah.
So finally it went over. The whole thing got done. They had to do the episode. In this shoot, the monkey is behind the camera.
Mm-hmm.
When Tom says, "I hear monkey is in seasoning," he looks right at Hung's monkey. He wants to eat that monkey. Or he's warning him, "We might pick you tomorrow morning. Want to wear all my clothes at once?"
Yeah.
Huh?
You trying to make a fool out of me on my own show?
This is my show.
I'll
You're
cook
here
you.
on my dime.
I'm a chef. That's what I do. I cook things. I will put you on the menu.
You will be in the pot. Hung can't. He's forced to stick up for the monkey. It's one of those situations. It's clearly like it's an uncomfortable relationship.
Yeah.
You're like, "Hung, just stick up for yourself." And he's like, "I try."
It's like I
Monkey
kind of
hits him.
Yeah. He's like, "I kind of love that monkey. Been with that monkey so long."
Yeah, it's all he knows. So yeah, so he was threatening the monkey who was there behind the film,
Mhm.
behind the camera. He wore all his clothes at the same time.
So out comes the potential sous chefs. And we got, of course, we already talked about him. We got the Vault, Michael Voltaggio, superstar. And then Alon also showed up.
Yeah.
No word on if he was asked to come or not, or it was just kind of a
He might have
coincidence
been
that he was
there.
there.
Someone
Yeah.
else. Someone else canceled, maybe.
Yeah, maybe like
Yes.
a Girl on the Goat canceled.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, they then I think they draw knives to see who
Yes.
they're going to select.
Knife block is back.
Yes, baby. Kevin gets Michael Voltaggio, which they have worked together previously.
Mm-hmm.
Hung and Angelo are together, and Ed gets Alon.
Mhm.
So not good. And then the guest judge says "suck it" to everyone.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
yeah.
Huh.
He
He
stands
says
up, does
one last
X-chop.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
one last thing. And you hear, "Break it down."
Crunch chopping. Yeah.
Yeah. What you think?
Yeah.
Is it for getting tired of doing what you told us to do? Well, you have a clip here. Do you want to play that clip?
Yeah, it's Angelo talking about his Asian trifecta.
Mm.
Join Angelo.
Why doesn't that work?
Join Angelo.
We're in Asia, I'm in the finals, and I get hung. This is the trilogy, so it's showtime.
Sito.
What does that mean?
The trilogy, of course. Asia.
Asia.
Finals.
Finals.
Hung.
Hung. The trilogy.
Yeah.
It's the Triforce coming together.
What does that mean?
Legend of
It
Zelda.
means the first episode is Asia. The second episode is finals. And the final one is Hung.
All right, Angelo. You say so.
Return
And so
of the
you're-
Jedi, and it's Hung.
You're already kind of seeing Angelo, who on a good day is completely unhinged.
hmm
But you can see that something is going on with his brain. There is a sickness starting to form where he's not
pressure is
making
getting to him.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we get to at this point. We go to next morning. Angelo is on his deathbed.
Literally.
Can't open his eyes.
Mm-mm.
He keeps saying, "Give me a phone, anyone, give me a phone."
He needs to call his Russian wife. Can't get
Then
through
he
to her.
accidentally calls Hung.
Yeah.
Well-
I didn't mean to call you.
He's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, baby, I'm sick." He's like, "Dude, this is Hung. What do you want?"
He clearly can't stop pooping.
Yeah.
They're kind of dancing around it. I think at one point he says diarrhea. He's talking about stomach pains. He's got the trots. He's got Traveler's diarrhea. He's got Montezuma's revenge in Singapore. That's what you get it. It's what happens.
Montezuma was also traveling to Singapore at the same time, so
Yeah, any place he
Fair.
was,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the revenge.
yeah.
I think it was also he was so embarrassed by it, like he kind of was dancing around saying it to the doctor. Doctor comes to visit him to see if he can make him feel better. Doctor's like, "What's going on?" And Angela's like, I don't know. I kind of don't feel good. He's like, "Okay, well, what are your symptoms?" Keeps kind of like looking at the camera, and he's like, I can't. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, like, what are you doing? You mean like,
I got the poopies.
yeah, he didn't want to say he had the poopies.
He said, well, he kind of pulled him in. He said, "Go in the
Yeah.
bathroom. Just go in the bathroom." He said, "No, just tell me." He said, "No, just go.
Go look at
You'll
the
know.
bathroom.
Just go look."
It won't flush.
Yeah. Doctor goes in there. Oh my God, Jesus!
Get this man a doctor. Wait, I am the doctor.
Get him a better doctor. We need many doctors in here.
I thought you were sick. You're on your deathbed. I can see.
Yep.
Earlier in the season, I think we kept saying things like, Angela's going to win this season except he shit the bed. Well, there's a good chance he really did that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, not just figuratively.
Literally.
So they all go to the store to pick up their
Mhm.
ingredients. Of course, like we said, Hung and Angela were on the phone. Angela's trying to like talk Hung through, and Hung's just kind of like, "I already know what I'm going to do it all on
Yeah.
my own. Like this is bullshit. I
It's
know
very
what I'm doing."
Instacart beginnings.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um.
You know when you call Instacart and you're like, hey, do they have foie?
Yeah, you call them
And
and
the
I'm like,
guy-
"I'm gonna
yeah.
do a foie marshmallow."
Yeah. And I'll do the Instacart person, okay?
Okay.
Fuck you talking about, dog?
Yeah, that's it.
The fuck did you say, dog?
Hey, they don't have foie. Do you want
For ye?
whatever the fuck else this is?
Yeah, they got for ye, dog.
They have
I see
foil.
marshmallows.
They got aluminum foil. Do you want that? That's sort of like foie.
Hey man, I got you that French foil you were looking for.
I don't think you can eat that foil, dude. Don't eat it.
They didn't have any of the grass stuff.
That's not going to be a good marshmallow, dog, for real. It's going to taste real bad. It might hurt you. It's got fillings. It's going to hurt your feelings, son. It's going to hurt them.
My
So
experience on Instacart.
Alon and Ed are not really getting along. I mean, it's kind of subtly hinted at
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Alon is not great. Alon says there's no corn in Singapore, and then immediately Ed finds it. Made him look like a complete moron.
Dude, we're in Singapore. There's no freaking corn here.
Here's a little production note that I was let down in this episode. I know that Singapore is a established country, and I know that it is not like a bad country. When I watch contestants in Singapore shopping for food to cook in a cooking competition, I don't want to fucking see it at Food Lion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want them to be in a market.
Mhm.
They were just
Yeah.
walking around buying like pre-wrapped corn and going to like a deli counter. Like, I want to see them like in a market, like
Yeah.
getting to fresh food vendors and like food out there. It took
I
me
want to
out
see
of it.
hydro corn stalks growing upside down, and I just go up and pull them off. That's what I want.
Yeah. They were using self-checkout.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, let's find a Whole Foods in Singapore.
Yeah, it took me out of it.
Yeah. So then Angelo gets a shot in his butthole, and it makes him feel a lot better.
He had a 3% chance of getting better. God damn it, it worked.
That 3%, man.
He got cleared. The doctor the next day said, "There's, I don't know, something in that shot. You are 100% cleared to compete and get these other people sick, maybe."
Yeah.
Mhm. Wash your hands. They kept saying, wash your hands.
Yeah.
Can I cook? I mean, yeah, but like, should you cook?
Yeah.
I'm not eating that shit.
No.
Yeah.
So we get to the actual finale, the cooking part. Kevin says he's just keeping it simple, aka I'm going to let Michael Voltaggio take the lead on this and tell me what to do, and hopefully that will help. Ed,
Can I say that's not fair
Yes.
that these two have a previous friendship and relationship? I mean, that's like such a leg up. It's already a leg up that you're getting one of these sous chefs, but to actually have a friendship and like chemistry with your sous chef already, one of these guys, like I felt like that was super unfair advantage.
completely agree. I mean, and they work together. They talk about
Yeah,
how like it
yeah.
used to be that like Kevin would sue, and then
Yeah.
Michael would do the steering and stuff like that. So like I
They
think
know
like
how each other are in the kitchen.
yeah, so it's
Yeah.
easy to fall into. They trust
Yeah.
each other, kind of know each other, how they like work. Yeah, I think that's so. There's two advantages here. Like I think you could probably look at it narratively that they're trying to say, oh, Angela was sick, and that's why maybe. And it's like no, I think it's mainly
No.
because like the relationship between Michael and Kevin, and also that Michael's the best winner at this
Yeah.
point. So David Chang is there. He's one of the guest judges. He's there to throw down. We
Thanks
can
for
run
coming,
through the.
David.
What was that?
Thanks for coming, David.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I guess.
Thanks for making the trip.
So let's go through some dishes here. First course, Angelo does the pickled royale mushrooms and the pork belly with the watermelon tea. Ed
With his
does
vegetarian dish, he did pork belly from the start. I was like, "What are you doing, dude?"
already
The
starting
least
off.
vegetarian meat, just fat of a pig.
Yeah. And this is the one that had noodles, I believe, which I think Tom's feedback, like people liked it, but Tom was just kind of like, this needs a lot of work.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Then
unfinished.
then gave no. It just like needs a lot of work. Nothing else. Like what can be done? I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to know what you thought needed to be changed.
Ed does the chilled summer corn soup with the black cockles. Everyone likes it. Everyone says multiple times they talk about how Ed's dishes have balls.
Cockles.
And so everyone says that this one has balls. I don't really know if that means. Okay. Are you guys hearing that too?
No, what are you talking about?
I just, every time I'm talking about Ed's black cockle dish.
Cockles.
Okay. You didn't hear that?
No.
Maybe I'm going insane. Every time I say it, I hear this little, it's kind of like a Noid almost that's saying, the Noid, remember the Noid, the Dominoes?
Sure, yeah.
Is kind of like that. It kind of comes in and just says cockle. It's in a very high pitch. Oh, God. You didn't hear that?
No.
Guys, you haven't been talking for some time now, so are we?
Neither of us have
Still
been talking.
recording?
What
Are
do
we
you
still
mean? We've been having a
recording?
conversation.
I thought I was talking.
Are we still recording? I have not heard you guys for like 40 seconds.
What have you been doing?
I've been here staring at you guys. I'm like, do we stop?
So Kevin's first course, he makes eggplant zucchini. There's tomatoes, jalapenos. It's kind of like, it's just a very standard vegetable dish. I think the feedback on it is just like maybe not spicy enough because he removes the seeds from the jalapenos. But they're like
Steak
fine.
for Padma.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Ramp it up for Padma.
Second course, Angelo does his poach cuttlefish. And what is it? Asian style bolognese, something French. I don't remember.
Bouillabaisse?
Bouillabaisse. That's
Yeah.
what it is. They, positive feedback for that. They say it's a dish that you would remember.
Yes.
They liked it a lot. Ed's second dish, he does, again, I guess they all have to do a little cuttlefish, but he's got a glazed lobster in there, zucchini pesto. I think the feedback they gave for this, which is the overall feedback for Ed, actually with the exception of the last dish, is just that it's got too many components, too complicated. Didn't keep it simple enough. And then Kevin, of course, does his cuttlefish noodles.
Also, wasn't Elan trying to make him be less complicated as well. And the
Yeah, the
entire
whole time, yeah.
episode, he's like, "I'm gonna do my thing because I'm not gonna be one of those people who listens to their sous chef and then loses."
I do
Yeah.
get that. I do get that though.
He went too far though. He went
I'd
too far
rather
though.
rather die on my own sword than go out and be like, I listened to so and so and then I lost. You know?
Yeah, but that's just don't let them make the entire menu, but you can simplify your stuff and make it better.
Yeah. And he kept, Alon was like, I did win. I mean, I think I know.
A little bit.
Yeah. And Ed's like, no, you didn't. That other guy won.
This is
He's
not
like-
your season.
He's like, no, I did win. He's like, no, that other dude won. I remember. So Kevin, for his second course, does I guess some cuttlefish noodles, some pork belly, some lobster, some cockles. You guys aren't hearing that, right? You guys didn't hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
Jesus.
Did you guys go out again?
Would you guys eat a cuttlefish?
Maybe. I don't want to say no. Never. What if I'm stuck on an island and the only thing to eat is a bunch of cuttlefish? I might eat them.
Stuck on an island with a bunch of cuttlefish?
Yeah.
I
A
choose
bunch of
death.
cuttlefish are literally... bunch of cuttlefish are literally washing up on shore being like, eat me to survive.
Wave after wave of cuttlefish.
Wave after wave of cuttlefish.
No can do. I'd rather die. I mean, Kevin's look good because he seared the skin, and then I think he didn't even really cook. I think that's the whole thing was he didn't cook the other side, and it just was kind of super rare. Apparently, it was good. I don't know. I've never had it, so I don't really know. I'm assuming it's like a fishy fish.
I hear it can be slimy.
It'd be like jelly.
Yeah, I hear it if you don't, cook it right, it can be kind of slimy.
I also don't really eat octopus anymore. For fear of they're smart.
Yeah, Brian doesn't like eating octopus anymore.
I mean, do we have time to go into why you don't like eating octopus?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay, I'll run through
Let's
these other
just
courses.
say it's fear of getting throat cancer.
Yeah, well, good luck making a better joke all year now, Brian.
The
Fucking
Martin
wasted it on
Sheen
the-
of this
on the
podcast.
first episode of the year. Good luck.
Michael Douglas, that's who I'm thinking of.
There you go.
Okay, really quick. Third course, Angelo, sauteed duck breast and foie gras with the marshmallow, as we talked about, and tart cherry shooter. Everyone's like, what the fuck is this shooter? We don't understand this.
He did say, he's like, this is the palate cleanser. And at the end, Patton was like, what was this? And he was like, you drink it and then go back to the food. And my wife, who doesn't watch Top Chef, goes, oh, I love being told how to eat my food. And then Patton says the same thing.
Exactly the same thing. She's like, I don't need instructions on how to eat food. I know how to do it. This is my job. Ed does duck 2 ways, roasted breast and braised stuffed neck with baby spinach. And then Kevin
What if you're-
does...
One more question. If you're stranded on an island and nothing's washing up but duck neck, you eating that shit?
Yeah,
I mean, if I have to, maybe.
walking out into the water with all my clothes on. That's what I'm doing.
With the monkey next to you. Take that off.
Kevin's third course. Roasted duck breasts with duck dumplings. This looked good. Caramelized bok choy and coriander sauce.
They're all loving that bok choy.
Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, they love the raviolis. They said that was the best of the 3. This is kind of when you're getting the feeling that Kevin is somewhere in the mix of maybe winning because they're very consistently enjoying his stuff. Dessert course, Angela does the Thai jewel, which, of course, is coconut vanilla cream and crushed ice with exotic fruits. It looks good. Looks tasty.
Yeah.
Ed, this is where
Phoned
Ed,
it in.
fucking sleepy Joe Biden Ed, this is where he sinks himself. He does sticky toffee date pudding with there's like a Fleur de Sal cream chantilly sauce, which apparently was very salty. Tom,
How do you make a salty cream
I don't
for
know.
sticky toffee?
It just like did nothing related to where they were at all. Just like British like sticky toffee pudding thing.
You want to talk about big dick energy? This was small dick energy.
Yeah, he went
dessert.
really small, and that's what Tom calls him out on. Tom says he likes it, but he was like, this is what you can. He's like, I could do this in my fucking house. I don't come here to eat stuff that I get in my house. I'm on this show because I want to eat stuff outside of my house. Fourth course for Kevin, the dessert. He does the frozen Singapore sling, tropical fruits, and coconut panna cotta. This is a big hit. Everyone loves it. All the chefs are eating it in the back afterwards. Ed even was like, "Oh, dude, that's pretty good." He's probably going to win.
Can I say that Gail says, I've been to where they invented the Singapore sling. And it's like, yeah, we're all here right now. What is she talking about?
Yeah, Gail, I don't know if you know this. We're all in Singapore.
We're all in Singapore.
She's like, yeah, I know you guys are here too. That's just saying I've been to Singapore. They're like, before this? She's no. It's good though, right? This is good. Okay, so judges table. We've already kind of gone over what everyone liked.
Yeah.
And like, they give their feedback. It's very clear that Ed's first dish and his last dish dessert is kind of what's sinking him here. So they kind of pitch it a little bit that maybe it's Angelo and Kevin.
Which is not good. Immediacy effect or whatever that is. You always remember the first or last thing. And so for both of those to be your bookend is not good for you.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. Forget all the stuff in the middle. The first and the last sucked. Yeah. So they get their feedback. It's clear that it's Kevin and Angelo, even though they really hated that shooter. But across the board, they're very positive about Kevin's stuff, like other than the veg not having enough spice to it. So they go back to the stew room. Angelo, of course, lays face down on his chair, just lays across, ready to pass out. And so we get the chefs come back. Tom says that the winner of Top Chef is those who took the most risks and also had the best meal.
Let's listen to the clip.
Let's see it.
The three of you gave us an incredibly high-quality experience tonight. I wish all three of you can take home this title. But the top chef is the one who took the most risks, but also cooked the best meal.
Kevin, you are a top chef.
I am?
You are.
That's the best reaction ever. I am.
Hey, Tom, don't make fun of someone who's kind of like lost in the moment, huh? Yeah, it was the best reaction because he couldn't believe that he won because he's wanted it that badly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Kevin wins, everyone. Kevin wins the DC season.
He brought it back to Jersey. I haven't seen it.
No. And we'll kind of get to that with Where Are They Now? He is the winner. He's the first black winner.
Yes.
Which is great.
My wife said, he is? She was like, what season is this? It's like
Thanks,
season 7.
Pretty amazing.
7's a strong magical number, so Magical Negro won.
So congrats to Kevin. Very up and down season. We kind of talked about this before. He kind of surprising winner, but I feel like deserved in the final. We talked about it. I mean, Michael Voltaggio and that whole relationship, I think, is what sealed it for him, but worthy winner. So we're happy for him. God bless. Best wishes for what has been an average season. That's it. That's the episode. We did it.
Where are they now?
So Kevin was not a lot going on with Kevin. He was a judge on MasterChef. He had a lot of restaurants that he opened in the past 10 years, and like a lot of chefs, they closed. He appears to live in Texas. Someone hacked him and was sending DMs pretending to be him to people, and he posted about, "This is not me if you get these." So that's going on in his life.
How recent was that?
A couple weeks ago.
Okay.
It's like, I would never ask you for money.
That was me trying to get him to come on the podcast.
You hacked him and we're just trying to like get him to look out to see what was going on. You're like, hey, it was me, by the way, come on podcast.
You should probably talk about this on a great Top Chef podcast.
The best. Top Chef podcast. The most inconsistent. Probably not. It's probably something that just don't ever go on anymore. One more consistent than them. We're still going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, Ed Cotton. He is the executive chef at Jack and Charlie's in New York City, which apparently is very good. He's been an Iron Chef and beat Bobby Flay, and then Angelo. We'll be seeing him again very soon.
Mm-hmm.
He has a place called Tia Carmen, which is a Southwestern restaurant in Arizona. He also is involved in like Good Company, which is like a meal delivery service, which I think he creates stuff for them. And then he has Kimbra Phoenix in Arizona, which is Asian food.
I'm
Is he
excited for
part of
Angelo.
Good Company Donuts?
I don't know. I didn't see that.
Because you said Good Company, so I was wondering if that was...
It's called In Good Company. I don't know.
Oh,
There's a
never mind
difference.
then.
Yeah.
Never mind then. All right, great way to kick off the new year. Let's really stay on top of our resolutions this year. You know, let's not be like the gym crowd and like give up on them midway through February. So we'll
don't be
be
like
checking
Jim.
in and keeping everyone posted, but also keeping ourselves honest with each other. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's it, Brian, you can start playing the outro music now.
Please.
And this is where I would have ended and said, "We can pack our knives and go." We're kind of delayed now.
Please play the music. Thank you.
Gotta keep looking for that new audio engineer. So until next time, we're gonna pack our knives and go. Happy New Year!
This is fun. This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.